On row number 2, it's Roland Isaacs and the number 69 of Bill Kimmel Jr., the defending late model champion. On row number 3, Junior Blankenship, the fastest qualifier, Keith Gardner in 98. There's Larry Metters and Chuck Winters on the 4th row. Just about set for the first feature event of 1996, the Winston Bush late model. Down the back straightaway, Josh Clemens in the number 14 along the outside of Marty Belcher as they move out of turn 4. Clemens will take the lead. Kimmel to the outside of Belcher as they complete lap number 1 for 2nd and 3rd place. Down into turns 1 and 2, Gardner up to 4th with Roland Isaacs rounding out the top 5. Kimmel rolls up to the outside of Clemens, and Belcher getting turned around there collides with Roland Isaacs. Caution flag is out.
Just play an easy bid. One of those bumper bids.
Well, I tell you, a lot of action down there in turns 3 and 4. Fortunately, none of the cars stalled in the 3rd and 4th turn area. The yellow flag coming out.
Clemens in the number 14. Keith Gardner holding down the inside of row 2, and the number 4, Roland Isaacs, on his outside out of turn 4.
Off they go into turns 1 and 2, and whoa, trouble out of the 2nd turn. Bill Webb goes skittering up the banking and into the infield portion of the long track. Chuck Winters' car down to the inside has stalled over in the 2nd turn area. Another chain reaction developed there, this time sidelining 2 cars. Winters and Webb at least 1 lap down to the field already. It's Kimmel out front, followed by Gardner, then Josh Clemens, and our 2nd caution flag period flies at 4 laps. We have 36 laps remaining.
Kimmel finds himself out in front by the car lane. Clemens will now settle in 2nd, and Gardner comes up for 3rd.
Keith Gardner drops down to the inside of Josh Clemens, and it looks like we've got a lot of sheet metal flying down in turns 3 and 4 as a couple of cars got involved there. Dave Clyde. It looks like Brian Baum has gone back to the pit area. No caution flag. The field remains under green flag condition. Top 4 cars shuffle down the front straightaway. It's Bill Kimmel Jr. followed by Josh Clemens, Keith Gardner in 3rd. Then going 4th, it's Chuck Winters. Back about 10 car lengths to Roland Isaacs, who rounds out the top 5. It looks like we've got a battle for 3rd developing out of turn 4.
Gardner is right. Of course, Gardner, a lot of experience there. Clemens, of course, one of the relative newcomers to this division. We'll watch that. Kimmel is now moving to the line of 4 car lead over the number 14 Clemens. Running in 2nd, Gardner settles in 3rd. Holding tight at 4th for the moment, and Roland Isaacs in there at 5th.
A lot of fiberglass fender parts laying on the racetrack down in turns 3 and 4, and especially at the end of the back straightaway, as these plastic-bodied late models have come into a lot of contact in the opening laps with each other, and I tell you, that's laid down some debris on the racetrack. We remain green flag racing. Kimmel's out front. It's 5 car lengths back to Josh Clemens in his 2nd full season in late model competition. Going 3rd, it's Keith Gardner with Chuck Winters right on his back bumper, and then Roland Isaacs missing a right front fender is currently at 5th place. Going 6th, it's Joey Williamson. I saw a trail of sparks from underneath Williamson's car as he moves down the back straightaway, and it could be that he is dragging a chassis component on his car. Nonetheless, he continues to run on at 6th place on the field. Shannon Carroll goes 7th. At 8th, it's Alan Williams Jr. Frank Kimmel will go 9th, and making a move into 10th now, Junior Blankenship, who sashays past the inside of Gregg Boone as they move out of turn 4.
And Kimmel has now opened up about a 4th of a straightaway lead over the number 14 Clemens. Clemens himself has distanced himself from the number 19 Gardner is now in a close battle for 3rd place with the number 8 Chuck Winters right on his tail, and the number 4 Keith Gardner. Red flag coming out here as the 07 machine gets spun down in the turn 4 area.
That's Gregg Boone and the number 07 spinning down in turn number 4. It'll bring out our 3rd caution flag period. The number 07, Gregg Boone, another driver moving up out of the Sportsman division into the Winston Bush late models for the 1996 racing season. Spun the number 07 around down in turns 3 and 4, and that brought the red flag out. Send them around one more time. Kimmel on the inside of row number 1 will be the pacer of the field here, with Josh Clemens on the outside running at second. Keith Gardner running at third, and then it's Chuck Winters going fourth. Roland Isaacs at fifth. Rounding out the top 6 now, it'll be the number 53 of Joey Williamson.
As they come down the it is a good start this time once again. Clemens to the outside. He is still running at second. Then it's Gardner in there at third. Gardner trying desperately to get around the Clemens machine as he sweeps up the bank.
I tell you, Josh Clemens is sitting in some of the most competitive racing equipment he's had here at Louisville Speedway. He's really jostling around there inside that top 5. Currently works the outside of Keith Gardner for the battle at second. Gardner moves past along the inside. Now Roland Isaacs pulls up along the inside of Josh Clemens, the battle for third place. It's Kimmel, then Gardner, then Roland Isaacs on the inside of Josh Clemens. Now Joey Williamson has the inside advantage on Chuck Winters for 5th.
Watch out, Roland Isaacs going on a wicked spin there in the turn 2 area. He'll keep it going forward though, and I think we'll stay caution free, right?
Well, I tell you, he did a 360-degree spin coming out of turn number 2. He was inside the top 5 in the running order, but has drifted about 2/3 back through the field now. He quickly regained control. We avoided a caution flag period. It's Kimmel out front, Gardner about 2 car lengths behind, and then it's Josh Clemens running third. 3 more cars got together out of the second turn. It was Brian Baum, Vernon Hayes, and John Garrett, and now the caution flag has appeared once again. Now the red flag coming out. So the red flag coming out, Brian Baum in the 74, Vernon Hayes in 73, and it looks like John Garrett was the 3rd car involved over in the second turn area.
Continues to advance. He now finds himself running the fourth side. Not sure if that's where he wants to be. It was definitely the spot for him last night in the sportsman car, but it doesn't look so rewarding this evening in his late model event, as also the number 15 passes on by as well.
Remember in the opening laps, Junior Blankenship, who started in the 5th place spot, was involved in a spin on the 2nd lap. He had to go all the way to the tail of the field. He has now worked his way all the way back up to 5th place and now dives down underneath Josh Clemens to go for 4th as they come down the front straightaway. Meanwhile, we saw a telltale sign of some smoke from underneath our leader's car, Bill Kimmel Jr., when he headed into turns 1 and 2. There might be a problem with the race leader.
We'll keep an eye on that as the halfway point is now 20 laps down, 20 laps remaining. Looks like problems on the Josh Clemens machine too, as he is back way off the mark. He is now finding himself there in the latter part of the racing field.
Yeah, Josh Clemens has definitely dropped back in the field, and it looks like he has sustained some body damage to his car. And Joey Williamson Jr. as well, a right front fender and door has been torn away from his car. Hasn't torn completely off, but flops in the wind and kind of looks like a strange airfoil on that car. Back up front with the race leaders, and it's Kimmel out front. And I believe that smoke I saw was just some possibly brake or tire smoke as he got on the binders a little hard that lap a few laps ago going into turns 1 and 2. Everything's cleared out well. The race leader's car appears to be in good shape, with Keith Gardner running at second right on his back bumper. Meanwhile, Frank Kimmel has worked his way up into the number 3 spot. He's brought along Marty Belcher with him. Junior Blankenship currently runs 4th. The race leaders are out of turn number 2.
Unfortunately, very much believe the possibility of brake or tire smoke out of the Bill Kimmel machine. As Bill will tell you, he's one of the ones who Kimmel's dominating pretty much the early part of last season. Tonight, running 1st and 3rd, although Frank has got a serious challenge now as the number 15 machine goes up to his outside. They're going to be side by side after turn 4.
Junior Blankenship pulls around the outside of Frank Kimmel, and that's not an easy thing to do here at Louisville Speedway, but I can tell after his qualifying effort here tonight, Junior Blankenship definitely has a lot of race car underneath him here tonight. He's at 3rd place and about 10 car lengths behind the Kimmel-Gardner battle for the lead. Meanwhile, that battle heats up as Gardner looks to the inside of Kimmel, drops back in line again, but Keith Gardner is really keeping the pressure on Bill Kimmel Jr.
Oh, no doubt about it. His presence known that last time down the front straightaway, he had a wide open shot there, but was not able to take advantage of it. It's still nose to tail down the back straight, 3 and 4.
tip of the hat to Marty Belcher, who had gone to the tail of the field like Blankenship, but has worked his way up inside the top 5 in the running order at this time. It looks like shades of 1994, Dean. Remember when Bill Kimmel Jr. and Keith Gardner went 1-2 in the points? And, you know, when these two guys come to Louisville Speedway, it's always a shootout for the number 1 position, be it in a race or in the point standings. The battle resumes again in 1996, and I'm sure before we see the final checkered flag of the 1996 racing season, we'll see a lot of battles between Kimmel and Gardner.
Oh, such a tremendous job in the program together. And looks like a lot of the teams are going to see some serious body shop time this week, as we've had quite a few cars put some skin on the machine tonight. Bill 7 is now sitting over in turn 2. Did not see what happened to him.
Well, I didn't either, but it looks like he just got into an innocent spin there. They'll drop the caution flag with 5 laps remaining for Gregg Boone. His car stalled over in the second turn area. Front row coming out of line just a little bit there, as Dave Geiger will pull back and make him take another circuit around the track before we'll go back to green flag action. Frank Kimmel also doing a masterful job of coming up through the traffic. He's currently in the number 4 spot. And Marty Belcher, like Blankenship, went to the tail early in this event. He's up inside the top 5.
It's Kimmel into turn 1. Gardner sweeps up the benches just a bit. Blankenship tried to put a nose under him, but Gardner quickly shuts the door on him. They'll go back to single file racing throughout the top 3.
Side by side for 4th now. It's Frank Kimmel on the outside of Marty Belcher. Belcher along the inside, trying to pick up that 4th place spot. They're side by side for 4th. The top 3 are in single file, and then at 6th position, it's Roland Isaacs. Gardner down to the inside of Kimmel. Not enough on him. He'll drop back in line as they head into turns 1 and 2. 3 laps to go.
Bill a little high line that time through turns 1 and 2. Gardner sitting there right behind him like a shark waiting to strike as they come out of turn 4.
Well, I tell you, Kimmel glides up the banking so much coming out of turn number 4. He leads the inside lane wide open for Gardner. Gardner tries to get there, but he can't get enough of it. The white flag is out now as they move off into turns 1 and 2. Gardner's got to stop thinking about the lead now because Blankenship has pulled up to the outside of him to challenge for 2nd. They're into turns 3 and 4. Kimmel out front. Dean Taylor, bring him home.
Down to turn 4 to the double checkers it is. Bill Kimmel Jr. out in front. Keith Gardner will settle in for 2nd. And Junior Blankenship will take home 3rd place. Frank Kimmel will garner 4th, and the number 3 of Marty Belcher finishes 5th in our Winston Bush late model feature event.
A tip of the hat going out to tonight's fastest qualifier, Junior Blankenship, who went to the tail of the field in the